Hi everyone, it's Anne here from Positively Papercraft, and a little bit of a different video today because I wanted to come on and have a little bit of a chat about something. The title is "What do we do with it all?" Now, it was a comment that a lady had made on my channel, I think the other week. I don't mean anything by it, I'm not getting at anyone, it's just something that the lady said that I thought, maybe we should have a little chat about it, because it was some cards I was making, and then this post this lady had made had gone into detail about, you know, who are you making the cards for, what do they like this, that, how many do you need, etc. And it got me thinking, and I thought, well, hang on a minute, because I have a craft YouTube channel, and I have it because I create content. Now, what I think this person was missing was, let's be honest, you know, it is impossible for me to need or want all of the craft items I make on my channel for my personal use. I don't, because I'm a content creator. What does a content creator need? Content. So, you know, the cards, for example, that I made, they weren't for anybody, they were for content, you know, for my channel. And that's where I thought, because I remember a while ago I had a similar kind of comment, probably quite a few actually, but I've never really thought about it much. But it's basically the same as, I would say, 95% of craft YouTube channels. They don't need the things that they're making. They're not for them personally. I mean, obviously sometimes there will be. They might think, oh, I need to make this, oh, I'll film it at the same time. But 95% of the time it's for content for their channel. Or it's, you know, you need to keep it fresh, you need to keep coming up with ideas of things to make. Because without things to make or content, you won't have a channel. So I just really wanted to touch on that, because maybe some people do think that, you know, we make all of this stuff for us, but it isn't. Which then leads me on to how many times I've seen on Facebook or people talking about, you know, I've got a pile of cards or I've got a pile of bags, you know, what do you do with them? It's starting to like take over the house. And I totally get that, because I've been doing this for what, about 5 years now, and you know, I have a lot of craft stuff, so much craft stuff, and I'm not fortunate to live in a huge house, and I don't have a lot of storage. So for me, you know, I can't physically keep all of the stuff. And I think you may have noticed probably a lot lately that I'm not doing as many 3D projects, you know, bags, boxes, unusual things, because I just don't have the means to store them. And then obviously you have the same thing, well, you know, yes, you can gift them or pass them on to people, but I don't really know any like crafters near me, so if I do gift them, you know, you've got to pay for postage, which, you know, I don't mind, but I'm just getting in, this is what I'm trying to say. So for me, I don't make as many of that stuff, only because I don't have the means to store them. So I find that if I do cards, they are a lot easier to store because they're flat. And then, you know, you may not know, but I do like a monthly craft kit, and I do have a lot of de-stashes on my Facebook group, and I sell, you know, stuff that I don't need anymore, and I tend to put them in there as a little thank you card, because if I didn't, I really don't know what else I would do. They would start to pile up as well. I know a lot of people make them for charities and things, which is brilliant. I mean, some charity shops take them in, some don't take them at all. And then, you know, this goes, I suppose, if we go back to when we used to have craft fairs and whatnot, we don't have them at the moment. Hopefully we do. I mean, I don't do them, and I don't think I ever will. And I know a lot of people say, oh well, I make them to sell, but then nobody wants to buy them, or they don't want to pay this price, you know, this, that and the other. And yeah, I totally get that too. I just don't have the time to sell mine, and it's just not something I really want to do. I mean, don't get us wrong, I've had a few messages from people saying, oh well, would you be able to, you know, make this if I ask? And yeah, of course I would, if, you know, but I wouldn't be able to do it regularly because my time is took up with, you know, shows for Sizzix, my own YouTube channel, and then of course my own life, my own personal life. But yeah, I just really wanted to touch on that because I just found it quite strange, and I thought maybe some people actually do think that, you know, every day I need to make like a card or a bag or a box. You know, you don't. And I think, I'm pretty certain, you know, like I say, 95% of channels are exactly the same. They do it to create content, they do it to earn money, you know, through the YouTube ads and stuff, and because, you know, they want to have a channel, they want to keep the channel going. You can't have a channel without content. So I just wanted to kind of say that, you know, we sit and think of things to make, what we can do. You know, I always often ask people on my Facebook group, is there anything you would like to see, anything you would like us to make, because I do it for you, you know, for my followers, just like the next craft YouTuber will, they'll do it for their followers. But yeah, it's storage, isn't it? It's storing it all, and I do totally get that. And you know, when I used to constantly do the 3D things, I just used to look around and I used to think, you know, I really have nowhere to keep all of this, because obviously I don't need it, I'm making it for my channel. So you tend to find now I more so do cards. And I think what else got us onto that was working with Sizzix now. When I do the samples for shows on Creating Craft, a lot of them tend to be cards, and I think I've just kind of getting into that way. I mean, I still love 3D stuff, I always will, and I'm not saying I won't make it again, I will, but I won't be making what I used to make because I don't have the means to store it. And I mean, not only that, but you know, some of these things that I used to make, or whoever other people make them and things, it can take a couple of days to actually think it up, work all the measurements out, make one to see if it works, you know, then to cut it all and do it all again for the video you're going to record. And lately I just don't have the time for that. And I also think as well, for all that work that you put into it, you just don't get really many views really for, I don't know, I think a lot of people probably think, oh, it's going to be complicated, I can't do it. So I don't really tend to bother a lot of the time now, but I mean, I will still make some stuff, but it won't be a lot. So yeah, I just wanted to really come on and talk about that today. I thought it was worth bringing, you know, a point worth mentioning, that you know, what I create isn't for me, it's for my subscribers, it's for content, you know. So yeah, thanks for watching, take care and bye for now.